Okay, so I'm back. I accidentally deleted my file for making the pages for this guy. So I'm going to remake some pages and show you how to do them. This is what the ending result is. This was done with 3 different pattern pieces of paper. This is just done, I just have 2 different kinds here, just the same paper, but there's going to be enough here to make 4 envelopes and put them together. So you'll have a good idea on how to do it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut your pieces. These are 2.5 inches wide by 5.5 inches long. So you want 2 per envelope. So I have 16 envelopes in there, so I have 32 pieces of paper. And then you're going to take your envelope and you're going to cut it at 5.5. And these are just the regular long envelopes. Whoops, before we do that, I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to glue them shut. So I take my ATG gun and I just run it across the glue on here because I do not lick envelopes ever. So we're going to put these shut. We're going to glue all 3 of these and shut them up. 2. And I got these at Dollar General. I mean, they're just cheapy envelopes. And you can use any size envelopes. You can use, I did a 6x9 one for somebody's wedding. And they had, everybody could write a message to the bride and groom on there. And then, of course, they had the cameras out on the table so you could take pictures and put a picture with it. Anyway, it becomes a wedding keepsake. So then we're going to cut these to 5.5 inches. All 3 of them. Don't throw away these little pieces because you can actually come back and make another book out of one of those. I did one of these in 2008, at which I went to visit a friend in New York, and I wrote on it every day. Let me show you that one that I did. So this is the one I did when I went to New York. And it opens up the same way. These were security envelopes, so they have the blue inside. But when I bought envelopes the other day, I just bought plain white ones. So they each have a tag in it. And I could write what I did for the day. This was actually the day I traveled. And the date is up here on this tab, so I know exactly what date it was. And each day, whatever we did, I wrote it on one of the index cards in the book. So this is something you can put in your suitcase and you can take it with you, you know, and just leave it sit on your dresser, your desk, wherever you are, and just write in it every day. And then you come home with a completely documented trip. I really like this idea. And when I told you not to throw away these little guys, this is what the little guy makes right here. It makes a small one. This was all done with animal print paper. And I did this just to show that you could actually do it. You can make with the leftovers. I believe I show this again in another video, but they're 4 inches tall. So you can actually make leftovers with it. And, you know, a little one for something. Anything. The more I think about this, I'm thinking I should make one for Thanksgiving and set it on the table, because every year everybody says verbally what they're thankful for. I think it'd be fun to write it down and put it in there and just keep adding to it each year and see how things change from year to year. Anyway, back to our project. So these pieces are 2.5 inches wide by 5.5 inches long. They're as long as the envelope. You're going to score them in half at 1.25 inches. You're going to take and put tape on. This is some 1-inch tape. This is the side with the bump that I'm going to fold. So I'm going to put the 1-inch tape on the bumpy side, because I'm going to fold it there. So I'm going to put this on. I've got the others prepped. I just thought I would do a couple here to show you. Not that it's rocket science, because I'm sure everyone can figure this out. But so we're putting on the bump. Make sure the bump, don't go up to your score line. Here's my score line, is right there in the middle. Don't go up to the score line. Just you want it to end before it. It'll make it easier to put them on. Okay, so then there you have those. Then you're going to flip them over to the outside, and you're going to take 1/8 score tape and just going to put it right along that outside edge, just on each side, that much. And you can do this with any size envelopes. It's really a cool thing to get creative with this. It's very simple. And there's another video that shows making the cover and inserting the pages and all that, like I said, and then I accidentally deleted this one, so I have to redo this. So these pages aren't going to match what's in the other video, but the other video is putting it together. Okay, so we have our score tape on there. Okay, we're going to fold these. Don't crease them really hard, just fold them. So we're going to do some, and it takes 2 of these per envelope. So if you're going to adjust your envelopes and not do as many, that's fine. Just realize there's 2 per envelope. We're doing 3 envelopes here. Okay, so then I'm going to peel off one side and one side only, and then here is my envelope. I'm just going to set it right into that fold in the center. Make sure I'm up at the top and stick just the one side. Then I'm going to come back here, peel this off, and stick the other side. And we're going to do that on both sides of the envelope. Now, if you have paper that is, oh shoot, I just stuck to the, yep, I did. If you have paper that is directional, I'm going to tear this, getting this off of here. I am. If you have paper that is directional, you want to make sure that your directional is facing up. Okay, you don't want upside down. This paper has it going both ways. This one is going up this way, and this one's going this way. So this one is both ways, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, so now we're going to peel this off and fold this over. Okay, so there's that one. Now let's do the other pattern, which is just the back side. So we're going to put this in here and fold this over. You just want to make sure they go up to the top so they're even. There's that one. I'm going to go one more. Okay, there's 2. One more, and then I'll show you how they go together. They really go together simple as well. Okay, so there we have all 3 of those made that way. Now we're going to take our 1 3/4 inch punch, and we're actually going to punch between here. I took my punch, you can see the lines on it, that marks the halfway spot. And I want a half circle. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to put those lines right at the top of my envelope so that you see the lines. And then I'm just going to punch it out. And that's going to give me the finger pull spot, if that's what you want to call it. Just make sure when you're doing this, you're punching the top of the envelope and not the bottom. Because it would be very easy to do the bottom not even realizing it. Okay, so we have all those. We punched them. We're going to alternate them, the blue, the yellow, the blue. You can use as many on the one I did that I shared on Facebook. I did 3 different papers with them. Okay. So you can do as many different papers as you want. You could do it with just scraps if you wanted to. Okay. So now we're going to take these. Where's my wet glue? Here's my wet glue. Okay. So I'm going to I do both with this. I do wet glue, and what's going to happen is the score tape is going to hold it so you can continue working. So I'm going to peel off the score tape here. And then I'm going to peel off the score tape here on one side only. And these are going to go together. So what I'm going to do is, before I do that, I'm going to put wet glue, and I make sure that I get the wet glue especially right around that circle so that it stays together and doesn't pull apart. So then I'm going to take these two like this, I'm going to put them together, and they're going to go together this way. Smush them down. And there you have. And then I put my fingers, and if any glue has oozed out through there, you can take your fingers and kind of just wipe it off. So there's two. There's two pockets put together, just like that. And that's how you're going to do all of them. Let's do one more. I'm so irritated that I screwed up and deleted my other video. But this will give you an idea. This is how you're basically going to do all the pockets. Okay, so we put the glue on there, we pulled the tape off. Now we're going to do this again. There you go. Okay, so there is our pockets, and you're just going to continue putting them together. Just like that. Matter of fact, I got one more set of stuff here, so let's just cut one more envelope at 5.5, and we'll do it one more time. Regular envelope, 5.5. Oops, I didn't glue it together. Okay, we'll just take this and we'll put adhesive on it. Glue it together. Okay, and then we have these guys. So we're going to go ahead and put this on here and fold it. Open up the other side. Peel our paper off and fold it. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Peel the paper off one side only. I always just slide this into the crease in the center and then fold it in half. Peel this off. Okay, fold that in half. And there. So that's that far. And then we're going to take and punch the half circle out of the center of it. So this is my 1 3/4 inch punch. Again, I have marked the center of the half circle, or the circle for a half circle. So I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to take my lines to the top of the envelope. Let's see, there you go. To the top of the envelope so it meets those lines, and then I'm going to punch it out. And that's going to give me, okay, then we're going to peel off the tape on each side here, the 1/8 inch tape, and the 1/8 inch tape on here. I'm going to put wet glue in here, and I want to be sure that the wet glue gets up around where it's punched out. And then just squiggle some glue across there. I stand this up like this, the two sides where the tape have been removed together, and I put them, try to keep them flush down and stick them together. So now you have 4 of them together, and the bottom will be together like that. And then you'll see that you've got your paper inside there. Okay? So you're going to continue doing that until you have all 16 or however many you're putting in your book. I put 16 in mine. So you're going to just continue that pattern until you have all 16 in one piece like this. And then if you go on to the second video, the next video of making the cover and decorating, then you'll be able to see it, how the rest of it goes together. But there you go. Thanks for watching.